In this lesson, we will explore the different ways in which the economic concepts we've discussed play a role in blockchain. We'll consider the markets that inhabit a blockchain network and the different resources that are traded on it, like block space and state storage. We'll see examples of opportunity costs in these markets, and finally, we'll explore the consequences of network effects in blockchain. We all have an understanding of what a market is. A market is a system where individuals, institutions, or even automated protocols engage in value exchange. Markets are the backbone of our economy, and blockchain has unique markets of its own. They often behave differently from traditional markets, but the same economic principles apply. A blockchain network has many valuable resources to offer, the most obvious type being cryptocurrencies, but this is far from the only type. Blockspace is an important resource in blockchain. To understand it, let's take Bitcoin as an example. Bitcoin is a decentralized network that runs on numerous computers around the world, known as miners. Miners receive transactions from users and pack them into blocks. If you want your transaction to go through, you need to pay a fee for the space it occupies on a block. Here's how this market works. Users bid for block space by attaching fees to their transactions, and the next block producer fills the block to capacity with transactions offering the highest bids. So we're looking at an auction-style market where the higher the demand, the higher the winning bids. What's really interesting about this market is how volatile it can be. If you look at the average Bitcoin transaction fee over time, you'll see big spikes where fees triple in value only to drop down again after a few months. It's much more volatile than traditional markets. Think of commodities like oil or consumer products like light bulbs. Those markets don't see these wild swings, so why do we see them in the blockchain world? Well, it's all about supply and demand, and more precisely, it's about the elasticity of supply. You see, in most markets, when demand increases, suppliers respond by making more of the product. For instance, the demand for ice cream increases every summer, and the supply adjusts in tandem. If this adjustment is quick, we say that supply is highly elastic, because it works like a spring that absorbs any change in the demand without affecting the price match. But in Bitcoin, adding more miners doesn't increase the supply of block space at all. Blocks will continue to be created every 10 minutes on average. Hence, the supply is completely inelastic, and any seasonal change in demand is fully reflected in the price. It is worth pointing out that while having more miners doesn't increase the block space, it does improve the network security. Many recent technologies in blockchain, like rollups and parachains, answer the question of how to scale up the block space without affecting security. The goal is to make block space more elastic, so it can better match the demand.